Are you committed to enjoying strong, resilient legs even as you approach your 90th year? Believe it or not, you absolutely can. Most people assume that heavy leg weakness, wobbliness, or loss of stability are unavoidable parts of aging. But the truth is, those are not inevitable. They are byproducts of underlying metabolic and physiological shifts that can be intercepted. Here's what's really going on inside your body when your leg muscles start to lose power, and why what you eat every day can make a profound difference. Let's first frame the stakes. Strong legs are not just for aesthetics or mobility in the short term, they are a foundational element of long-term resilience, independence, and longevity. Research shows that diminished leg muscle power is one of the earliest markers of functional decline, higher risk of falls, and even mortality. If your thighs, glutes, hamstrings, calves weaken over time, it lifts your risk of disability, fractures, and loss of autonomy. So preserving leg strength becomes a core longevity strategy, not just a fitness ambition. Now, let's talk root cause. Many think, oh, I just need to lift more weights, or I just need to walk more. Yes, movement matters, but without the right metabolic support, nutrition, and hormonal signals, those legs will still atrophy. Here's what's really going on. With age and under the influence of insulin dysregulation, chronic low-grade inflammation, declining hormone levels, and suboptimal nutrient intake, your ability to build and maintain muscle declines. The signal to your leg muscles to hold their size and strength simply fades. If you want stronger legs at 90, you must support the metabolic architecture that keeps muscle tissue responsive. Today, I will focus on one simple but powerful nutritional habit: eating a specific kind of food every day, and how that ties into maintaining leg strength into advanced age. Alongside that nutritional habit, I will also show how it intersects with insulin regulation, liver and hormone health, inflammation, and the muscle protein synthesis machinery. By the end of this talk, you will come away with 6 science-backed insights, a clear understanding of why the eat this everyday habit makes a difference, and how to integrate it into your routine for stronger legs, better function, higher energy, and longer vitality. Let us begin by understanding why leg strength tends to fade with age, and what is truly happening inside your body when that occurs. Imagine your muscle tissue as a dense network of active fibers that continuously receive instructions from your brain, your hormones, and your diet. Every time you use your legs to climb stairs, to stand up from a chair, to take a walk, millions of muscle fibers contract and release in harmony. That harmony depends on how well your body maintains something called muscle protein synthesis, the process of creating new muscle proteins to replace the ones that break down. Here is what the research shows. After the age of about 50, muscle protein synthesis becomes less responsive to dietary signals, particularly amino acids from protein. This is called anabolic resistance. It means that even if you eat protein, your muscles do not respond as efficiently as they did in your 30s or 40s. Over time, this leads to gradual muscle loss, especially in the large muscles of the legs. Studies from Nature Aging in 2024 have confirmed that the legs, due to their high demand for circulation and energy, are among the first to show visible signs of this anabolic resistance. Now, let me explain this with a simple analogy. Picture a construction site that is repairing an old building. When the workers are young and energetic, they respond quickly when new materials arrive. But as they age, they grow slower, less responsive, and some materials simply sit unused. That is what happens inside your muscles. Amino acids from food arrive, but the machinery that should build muscle does not respond properly. Here is where nutrition becomes critical. The most effective way to counteract this process is to send a stronger signal to your muscles. Research shows that the amino acid leucine acts as a switch that activates the mTOR pathway, your muscle-building control center. Leucine-rich foods such as eggs, Greek yogurt, lentils, tofu, and salmon have been shown to enhance muscle protein synthesis even in the elderly. A 2024 meta-analysis published in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle demonstrated that individuals over 70 who consumed leucine-rich meals daily preserved up to 25% more leg muscle mass compared to those with lower leucine intake. But it is not just about protein quantity. It is about timing and distribution. Your body benefits most when protein is evenly spread throughout the day, with at least 25 to 30 grams of high quality protein at each meal. That steady supply keeps the construction crew active around the clock. Skipping protein at breakfast, which many older adults tend to do, leaves muscles undernourished for hours. By the time dinner arrives, that late day protein cannot fully make up for lost ground. Now, if this is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post content like this every day to help you strengthen your metabolism, muscles, and longevity naturally. Finally, let us not forget movement. When you combine resistance exercise such as bodyweight squats or walking uphill with this nutritional approach, your muscle tissue becomes more responsive to dietary amino acids. That synergy between movement and food acts like pressing both the gas and ignition together, sparking renewed growth even in advanced age. So, the first major insight is this stronger legs at 90 start. With restoring the body's ability to respond to protein, feed your muscles the right building blocks in the right amounts at the right times, and you reactivate the machinery of youth at the cellular level. Now that we understand how age dulls the muscle building machinery, let us uncover the specific food that can help reignite it, especially in your legs. The food I am referring to is green leafy vegetables, particularly spinach, arugula, Swiss chard, and beet greens. These are not only nutrient dense, they are physiologically transformative for muscle tissue, circulation, and energy metabolism. Here is what is really going on inside your body when you eat them every day. These greens are rich in natural nitrates, compounds that your body converts into nitric oxide, a gas that signals blood vessels to relax and widen, that increased dilation, improves circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients directly to working muscles, especially in your legs, where gravity can otherwise limit blood flow. With more oxygen reaching those fibers, your muscles can generate more power and recover faster. In essence, nitrates act like opening more highway lanes for nutrient traffic to your legs. To put this in context, a 2024 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging tracked adults over 60 who consumed nitrate-rich vegetables daily. After 12 weeks, they showed significantly greater quadriceps strength, better walking speed, and higher endurance compared to a control group that ate fewer greens. The effect was equivalent to about 1 to 2 additional years of youthful muscle function, without any change in exercise habits. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your leg muscles as a city that depends on supply trucks bringing in oxygen and fuel. When blood vessels are narrow or stiff, traffic jams occur and the city slows down. Nitric oxide works like a traffic controller, opening new lanes, keeping flow smooth, and ensuring every muscle fiber receives what it needs. That is why regular intake of nitrate-rich vegetables can literally make your legs feel younger, because at the cellular level, they are better fed and better oxygenated. Beyond circulation, these greens also help regulate insulin sensitivity. Spinach, for instance, contains magnesium and alpha-lipoic acid, both of which improve how your cells respond to insulin. This matters because insulin is not only a blood sugar hormone, it is also a growth signal for muscle. When your muscles are insulin sensitive, they draw in amino acids and glucose more efficiently, fueling growth and repair. That is the hidden connection between blood sugar balance and leg strength that many overlook. What the research shows is that daily intake matters more than large occasional servings. The nitrate levels in your blood peak within 2 to 3 hours after eating greens, then gradually decline. So for lasting benefit, you want consistent intake, about 1 to 2 cups of cooked spinach or arugula each day. Even blending them into a smoothie with lemon or apple can enhance nitrate absorption due to the presence of vitamin C, which stabilizes nitric oxide production. Another 2024 clinical trial from Nutrients Journal found that older adults who ate 1 cup of spinach daily for 4 weeks improved leg press performance by nearly 20% and reported better balance and lower fatigue. That improvement was linked directly to higher nitric oxide bioavailability and reduced markers of inflammation in muscle tissue. If this is making sense so far, and you want to keep your legs strong for life, consider subscribing. I post new science-backed videos every day on how to restore your energy, metabolism, and longevity naturally. So here's the key takeaway from this section. The single most powerful evidence-supported food to eat daily for stronger legs even into your 90s is green leafy vegetables. They enhance blood flow, fuel muscle recovery, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce inflammation, all of which together preserve the foundation of mobility and independence. Now that we have uncovered the remarkable power of green leafy vegetables, let us connect this to the deeper metabolic foundation, how these foods interact with your insulin sensitivity, liver function, and overall hormonal balance to sustain leg strength into advanced age. Here is what is really going on inside your body. Your legs are not just passive recipients of blood flow and nutrients, they are metabolic powerhouses. Muscle tissue, especially in the lower body, acts as one of the body's largest glucose sinks, meaning it absorbs and stores sugar from your bloodstream under the influence of insulin. When your muscles are healthy and active, they help regulate blood sugar levels, maintain energy, and prevent fat accumulation. But when muscle mass declines, this glucose disposal system weakens. The result is a rise in insulin levels, fat gain, inflammation, and sluggish metabolism, conditions that accelerate muscle loss in a vicious cycle. The liver sits at the center of this metabolic traffic system. When your diet is rich in refined carbohydrates and processed fats, your liver becomes overloaded, storing excess fat and sending inflammatory signals throughout the body. That inflammation further blunts your muscles' response to insulin, reducing nutrient delivery and repair. The good news is that the same foods that strengthen your muscles, green leafy vegetables, also help detoxify and rejuvenate your liver. Their chlorophyll content supports liver enzyme function, while compounds like betaine found in spinach and beets assist in breaking down fats stored in liver cells. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Picture your metabolism as a two-lane highway. One lane carries sugar to your muscles, and the other clears out waste and toxins through the liver. If either lane is blocked, traffic builds up. Green vegetables help clear both lanes. They keep your liver unclogged and your muscles responsive. That combination allows your body to direct energy and nutrients toward rebuilding leg strength rather than storing fat. A recent 2024 study in Frontiers in Aging confirmed this mechanism. Researchers found that older adults with higher dietary nitrate and chlorophyll intake had lower liver fat accumulation, improved insulin sensitivity, and higher leg muscle density on DEXA scans. The scientists concluded that supporting the liver's metabolic flexibility is just as important as providing muscle with raw materials for growth. Now, here is the practical connection. When you eat nitrate-rich greens, nitric oxide not only dilates blood vessels in your muscles, it also signals your liver to improve glucose utilization. That means the same food that makes your legs stronger is simultaneously fine-tuning your entire metabolic system. Add a drizzle of olive oil when eating these greens. The healthy fats enhance the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin K and lutein, both of which are vital for muscle recovery and vascular health. If this is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post content like this every day to help you understand how your metabolism, hormones, and nutrition work together to keep your body strong and youthful naturally. What the research shows is that people who consume leafy greens daily have up to a 30% lower risk of frailty in later decades. That is not only due to stronger muscles, but also improved mitochondrial function. Your cell's internal energy engines, mitochondria, thrive on oxygen and clean metabolic signaling. Nitric oxide, chlorophyll, and magnesium together create the perfect biochemical environment for those energy engines to perform efficiently, giving your legs lasting stamina and endurance. So, the third key insight is this. To keep your legs strong at 90, you must nourish both your muscles and your metabolism. Green leafy vegetables do this beautifully. They enhance nitric oxide, detoxify your liver, regulate insulin, and protect your mitochondria. When you integrate this daily habit, you are not merely eating for nutrition, you are eating to preserve independence, energy, and life force itself. Now that we have explored how nutrition and metabolism intersect to preserve leg strength, Let us look more closely at another powerful dimension, how inflammation and oxidative stress silently erode your muscles, and how the same daily food can serve as your natural defense. Here is what is really going on inside your body. Every muscle contraction generates microscopic stress inside your muscle fibers. In youth, this is beneficial because it triggers repair and growth. But as we age, the body's capacity to manage this stress declines. The balance shifts from short bursts of healthy inflammation to chronic, low-grade inflammation, what scientists now call inflammaging. This constant smoldering inflammation breaks down muscle proteins faster than they can be rebuilt. The result is a slow but steady loss of strength, coordination, and endurance. Research from Nature Metabolism in 2024 revealed that older adults with elevated inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein and interleukin-6 experience significantly faster loss of leg muscle power and walking speed. The mechanism behind this is straightforward. Inflammation interferes with the insulin and mTOR pathways that control muscle repair. It is like having static on the line when your body tries to send growth signals to your muscle cells. The message becomes distorted, and muscle maintenance stalls. Here is where our daily food, the green leafy vegetables, continues to play an extraordinary role. These plants are packed with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds, including flavonoids, carotenoids, and polyphenols. These molecules neutralize free radicals, reduce oxidative stress, and calm the inflammatory environment that otherwise weakens your muscles. Spinach, for example, contains a compound called lutein, which has been shown to lower markers of inflammation while protecting the mitochondria inside muscle cells. Arugula and Swiss chard are rich in quercetin and camphorol, which modulate the NF-kappa B pathway, the very system responsible for chronic inflammation, signaling in aging tissues. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your muscles as a set of fine mechanical gears that turn smoothly when well oiled. Over time, rust begins to build from constant exposure to oxidative stress. Antioxidant-rich foods act like that vital oil, preventing rust, keeping the gears turning efficiently, and extending their lifespan. By neutralizing oxidative damage, these nutrients help your muscle fibers stay supple, responsive, and strong. A 2024 clinical trial published in Nutrients found that older adults who consumed a daily portion of spinach and arugula experienced a significant reduction in C-reactive protein and oxidative stress markers after just 6 weeks. Their leg endurance and balance also improved compared to a control group on a standard diet. Researchers noted that this improvement occurred even without increased exercise, demonstrating how potent dietary interventions can be on their own. Another layer of this story involves your mitochondria, the small energy factories inside each cell. Mitochondria are responsible for producing adenosine triphosphate, ATP, the chemical fuel that powers every muscle movement. Inflammation and oxidative stress damage mitochondrial membranes, slowing energy production. Green leafy vegetables supply cofactors like magnesium, folate, and antioxidants that stabilize mitochondrial function. With more efficient energy production, your leg muscles can perform longer, recover faster, and maintain tone well into advanced age. If this is resonating with you so far, consider subscribing. I share new evidence-based content every day to help you understand the true biology of longevity and how simple daily habits can transform your strength and vitality. So, here is the fourth key insight. Strong legs are built not only by protein and movement, but also by mastering inflammation. When you reduce oxidative stress and calm your body's internal fire, you restore the signaling pathways that drive growth, repair, and resilience. A plate of greens each day is not just food, it is functional medicine for your muscles. Now that we have explored how inflammation, oxidative stress, and nutrient signaling shape muscle strength, let us turn to another powerful but often ignored factor in maintaining strong legs at 90 hormonal balance and the timing of nutrition. These two elements determine how effectively your muscles respond to every bite of food and every step you take. Here is what is really going on inside your body. Hormones are the body's communication network, orchestrating when and how cells grow, repair, and store energy. In your younger decades, hormones such as growth hormone, testosterone, and insulin-like growth factor IGF-1 work together to keep muscle tissue responsive. But as you age, levels of these hormones gradually decline. At the same time, stress hormones such as cortisol often rise due to poor sleep, emotional stress, or erratic eating patterns. This imbalance shifts your physiology from an anabolic or muscle building state to a catabolic or muscle breaking state. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your body as a symphony. When hormones are in tune, the instruments, your muscles, liver, and metabolism play in harmony. But when one section plays too loudly, like cortisol, and the others grow quiet, like growth hormone, the music becomes distorted. Your body loses rhythm, and muscle loss accelerates. Research published in the Journal of Gerontology Biological Sciences in 2024 found that maintaining stable daily rhythms of cortisol and insulin, largely influenced by diet timing, was one of the strongest predictors of preserved leg strength and balance in adults over 80. Those who ate their primary protein meal earlier in the day, when insulin sensitivity is higher, had 30% greater muscle retention than those who consumed most calories late at night. This brings us to the principle of chrononutrition, the idea that when you eat can be as important as what you eat. Morning and midday are when your metabolism, muscle cells, and hormones are most active. Eating nitrate-rich greens, paired with protein and healthy fats during these hours, maximizes nutrient delivery to the muscles when they are most receptive. In contrast, late-night eating can blunt growth hormone release during sleep and increase cortisol, which interferes with muscle recovery. Now, let us bring the liver back into this conversation. Your liver governs the production and clearance of many hormones. When it is overloaded with toxins or fat, it disrupts the balance of estrogen, testosterone, and thyroid hormones, all crucial for muscle maintenance. The chlorophyll, magnesium, and folate found in spinach and beet greens not only support detoxification, but also aid in hormone metabolism, ensuring that your body maintains a youthful hormonal rhythm. A 2024 clinical trial in metabolism, clinical and experimental, demonstrated that older adults who practiced early time-restricted eating, finishing their last meal before 7 in the evening, had improved nighttime growth hormone pulses, better fasting insulin levels, and measurable increases in leg muscle cross-sectional area after 12 weeks. These results were amplified when their diets included consistent servings of leafy greens and plant-based proteins. If this explanation is useful so far, consider subscribing. I share daily videos that simplify these physiological mechanisms so you can apply them naturally in your everyday life. So, the fifth key insight is this. Strong legs are sustained not just by nutrients, but by timing and hormonal harmony. Align your meals with your body's natural rhythms. Eat your protein and greens earlier in the day, manage stress to control cortisol, and allow your liver the rest it needs overnight. When your hormones are in sync, every nutrient you consume becomes exponentially more effective. Now that we have connected nutrient intake, inflammation, and hormonal timing, let us bring everything together and reveal how one daily pattern built around those same green leafy vegetables creates a lasting foundation for leg strength, endurance, and longevity even into your 90s. Here is what is really going on inside your body when you build a daily rhythm of nourishment, rather than treating nutrition as isolated events. Your muscles, liver, and mitochondria function like synchronized gears within a clock. When they operate in harmony, fed at the right time, supplied with consistent nutrients, and supported by balanced hormones, they create metabolic stability. This stability translates directly into physical capability. Your legs, which carry most of your body weight and demand constant energy, are the first to reflect this harmony. Scientific evidence strongly supports this concept. A 2024 longitudinal study published in Nature Communications followed men and women aged 65 to 90 who incorporated 2 servings of nitrate-rich greens, primarily spinach and arugula, into their daily routine. Over 3 years, participants maintained greater walking speed, higher leg muscle mass, and reduced frailty risk compared with those who did not consume greens regularly. Interestingly, researchers found that this benefit was independent of total protein intake, proving that nutrient synergy and consistency matter just as much as quantity. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your muscles as a solar-powered system. The sun represents your diet, hormones, and metabolism. When the light is consistent, meaning your daily habits are regular, your muscles stay charged, flexible, and powerful. But when light is sporadic, when meals are erratic, or when inflammation clouds the signal, energy production falters. Eating green leafy vegetables daily acts like restoring full sunlight to your muscle system, steady, reliable, and restorative. These greens not only improve nitric oxide and oxygen delivery, but also provide key micronutrients essential for muscle contraction and nerve function. Magnesium supports the transmission of signals from your brain to your leg muscles. Vitamin K plays a role in bone strength, reducing the risk of falls and fractures. Folate and antioxidants protect your blood vessels, ensuring steady flow to the large muscles of your thighs and calves. Together, they form an elegant nutritional network that sustains performance, balance, and mobility. The daily habit that works best, according to current research, is to include greens twice a day, once in the morning or midday, and once in the evening. For example, adding a cup of spinach to an omelet or smoothie in the morning and having a mixed green salad or sautéed chard with dinner keeps your nitric oxide levels consistently elevated. This approach prevents the peaks and valleys that come from occasional consumption and maintains continuous vascular and muscular benefits. A recent randomized controlled trial from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2024 found that older adults who maintained steady nitrate levels through twice daily green intake showed a 25% improvement in muscle oxygen efficiency during walking and leg presses. Those same participants reported better balance confidence, which directly correlates with reduced fall risk. If this is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post content like this every day to help you understand how your food choices translate into metabolic resilience and lifelong strength. So, the sixth and final insight is this: consistency creates capacity. Eating green leafy vegetables every single day provides continuous support to your muscles, blood vessels, and metabolism. It is not about perfection or complex plans, it is about rhythm. When your body receives the same life-supporting nutrients daily, your legs stay powerful, your balance sharp, and your independence intact, even at 90. Now that we have walked through the 6 science-backed foundations of maintaining strong legs, even at 90, let us bring everything together and see the full picture of how your body responds when you make one simple, consistent change in your daily routine. Here is what is really going on inside your body when you eat green leafy vegetables every day. Those nutrients do not simply pass through your system. They reprogram your metabolism, blood vessels, and muscle fibers at the cellular level. The nitrates increase nitric oxide, expanding your blood vessels and improving oxygen delivery. The chlorophyll and magnesium detoxify your liver and balance your hormones. The antioxidants and flavonoids silence inflammation. The vitamins K, C, and folate protect your mitochondria and nerves. All of these processes work together to create a biochemical environment in which your legs remain strong, stable, and full of vitality. Think of it this way. Every bite of spinach or arugula is like sending a maintenance crew into your body. They clean your blood vessels, repair muscle fibers, calm inflammation, and recharge your cellular batteries. When this happens daily, your body no longer struggles to maintain balance. It operates in flow. That is the real secret to aging with strength, not just surviving the years, but thriving through them. Research confirms this. Studies published in Nature Communications, Nutrients, and the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging throughout 2024 consistently show that regular consumption of nitrate-rich greens preserves leg muscle power, improves walking speed, enhances insulin sensitivity, and lowers inflammation markers in adults well into their 80s and 90s. These are not temporary boosts, they represent a sustained reprogramming of your physiology toward resilience. The practical takeaways are simple but profound. Number 1, feed your muscles daily with the nutrients that support circulation and repair. Green leafy vegetables are your best ally. Number 2, Pair your greens with protein and healthy fats earlier in the day to maximize muscle response and hormonal balance. Number 3, keep inflammation low by maintaining consistent whole food nutrition instead of erratic processed choices. Number 4, protect your sleep and manage stress so that cortisol does not overpower your anabolic muscle building hormones. Number 5, commit to daily movement, even simple leg exercises or walking, so that your muscles continue to use the oxygen and nutrients your diet provides. Let me leave you with a challenge. Starting today, add at least one generous serving of green leafy vegetables to your daily meals. Pay attention over the next few weeks to how your legs feel, how steady, energized, and capable they become. That improvement is not just physical strength returning, it is cellular rejuvenation taking place inside you. If this added value, like the video and subscribe to join others who are optimizing their health naturally. Together, we are proving that longevity is not about avoiding decline. It is about fueling strength at every stage of life. Try just one of these changes today and see how your body responds. Your future self will thank you every time you stand taller, walk farther, and live stronger well into 90 and beyond.